Time is now. It's back to the rhymes. Like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent daily plant them metropolis times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. All right. Let's see what I'm up to. I've got plenty of sheets. Let's get my list out. I can find my list. Uh-oh. This is here. All right. So, number one, My Reformation music video. I am ready to release it. I've got no updates. I have a plan in any event, and I will keep you posted. Number two, rules of engagement. I'll actually describe this here soon. Number two is rules of engagement. I have a little saying for myself that's on there. If you happen to catch it, if not, it says at the top, I can't afford to compromise my relationship with God. Therefore, I take that thought captive, or I cannot afford to compromise my business. Therefore, I take that thought captive. These are things to keep my mind, keep me on track. and that's good. It's helping. Rules of engagement, nothing to share. So Trump's gonna thump. I could probably talk about this here. It's kind of nice to have this laid out. I don't have it on my list, but SoundCloud's interesting. Let's see. I gotta see. Oh, so that all happened this week. So I got a new follower, M. Jones, on SoundCloud. I guess that would have happened on Tuesday. Thank you. She's a bulldog as well. It's so weird when you're to say bulldog. Sounds very, but Garfield alumni like myself, a little bit later than me, but it's all good. She thinks I was there at a good time. Maybe she was there at a pretty good time too. But anyway, it's fun to talk to her about music and whatnot. But she can check out my music. But shortly thereafter, somebody in the United States of America found Oh Say Does That Star Spangled banner. Oh Say Does That Star Spangled, I guess is what I call it, right? And played it in a less than 7-day period 14 times. So that's cool. It's a big fan and liked it on SoundCloud. So what does that mean? Well, not exactly anything. I think that's good input that somebody likes that song like that. It's my number 2 song right now on SoundCloud too. It wasn't before this. It's probably number 4, so I moved it up. I did a little checking, and this person so liked that song, and then all the other songs this person's ever liked has way more listens, way more plays than that. So I just sit there and like, how do you find someone's song like that? How did this person stumble across this song to like it? I don't know. It doesn't, nothing happens from there. It doesn't go, nothing's happening. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put Trump's Gonna Thump on SoundCloud and see what happens. That's probably smart. I just sit here and I'm like, oh, I hope I know how to do it. I think I can. I think I got it. Just to see if it gets some, because when you release it, it'll get some. It's almost certain to get some kind of plays. As it stands right now, if it's fine. I mean, because I was thinking, well, I could keep my music separate from YouTube and this all music. They don't hear, at least up front. It might take more digging. They find out maybe my political interests, but in the end, I don't think it matters really that much. Because people, I don't know. It's just I've just talked to a couple of people that like SoundCloud, and they've told me that, and I share with them SoundCloud, but they don't end up hearing my stuff. So I don't know how that works, but then here's another person. Like I said, there's the fellow in Tunisia who likes that No Hoax song. How in the world did he find it? And then he liked it. Who knows? It's really interesting to me. And it's not, and then that's it. He's kind of stopped listening to it for now. He might hear it again. But these are all more like, okay, well, that song is liked by that person. It would seem to me more people would like it. It's just more people need to hear these songs, right? Then the question is, how do you accomplish that? Well, let me run into number 4. My coworker, D, says, I got to wrap my stuff. He says, I got to get a CD player. Summer's coming up. Because he told me this last week, and I just said, all right, tell me again what you think I should do. You know what to do. If you're he said, if your album says, here's your ad, this is what you're selling, so he wants me to be out promoting it, which, okay, I can do that. And my wife kind of liked the idea too. All right. I'm going to talk to Leon. So this is related to the YouTube channel too. We're going to release I'm putting these all together. Let's just do it. Okay. We'll talk about Leon in a second, but Leon had told me he wanted to be in downtown Seattle with a table and say something to the effect of, I can't remember actually, but a thought-provoking question that would start a conversation and get people talking about the Bible, let's say. And I can't remember what it was, but I was like, yeah. And that's kind of like he's talking about me going out with a CD player and rapping my stuff. Put it out there. I'm like, well, maybe we could kind of support each other. Like he could put his table somewhere close to where I am. I don't know. We don't want to interfere with one another, but we could kind of like support each other a little bit. Or maybe I'll be with him for a little bit. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun. We could do it together. We'll see. I'll bring it up to him. Either way, I got to do it. He said, wait till summer. All right. So what do I need? I need summer. I need a CD player. I have an instrumental version of my CD. And realistically, I only need a song or two. I'm not going to sit there and learn them all. And I don't need to do them all. But I know a couple already. But there's No Hope. Actually, I think No Hope's going to be good for a concert because everyone can do it. No hope, no hope, no hope, no hope. And it'd be like a chant the audience could do. It's a harder song, though, than some of these others. But that's it. CD player, summer, and then what is the rules? I got to talk to Craig, my friend, as far as politics. He knows about what are the rules for getting signatures and stuff like that out on the street and sidewalks. And as long as you're not blocking the easement or the sidewalk, whatever that is, you're okay, apparently, with signature gathering. I don't know what the rule is for a street musician. Could be the same, but he knows a lot of these rules, so I thought I'd at least ask him. And then away I go. So that's the plan. I'm going to do it this summer. When do I have a week off? I think it's in, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's July, possibly. So stay tuned. Maybe I should do it on the 4th of July. Because I have the 4th of July off. What day of the week is that? That's a Monday. So I have Sunday. I'm going to go on the 4th of July, and I'm going to wrap my stuff, including that Star Spangled Banner song. That'll be fun. Okay, that's my plan. You just heard it here. 4th of July, downtown Seattle, more tourists. Because I thought I could go to Ballard, just kind of more neighborhood. But no. I want more. I want a mix of people, not so many, just Seattle people. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. Let's just be downtown where there's tourists. 4th of July. All right, that's the plan. So I'm putting that in the books. Maybe high noon, 4th of July, somewhere in downtown Seattle. Okay, that's the plan. All right. Or 4 o'clock. No, I want to get it over with. Noon. All right. So, and I'll do that song, and I'll do a couple others, but that'll be kind of cool, right? No, I like it. All right. So that's it. So that's just, to me, it's a challenge. And someone else, Ryan, who I've worked on some songs with, we never made a song together, but I've got some good material that I came up with. God gave me during our time together, and he's willing to do stuff with me as long as I get a hold of him again. He said the same thing. You go out with your, with the backpack and a boombox, and do it out on the street. So all right. Still, those guys quite haven't done that yet, but I guess I'm the one with the product, so I better do it, right? In my mind, it's still better to be an opener at a show, and I need to check in with my man. How does he say? Brian Veal. What's his name? Villenium. Yeah. He's in Tacoma, so need to check out his show. Would be the first step with that. So this week. So here's the plan. This week, Tuesday, going to go live with Leon, and he's going to put down his testimony, his whole experience, going back to when he got afflicted with what is known as COVID. So he's going to break it all out, how he was brought back to life 12 times and everything. And I'm still searching and trying to figure out what I want to title it. So we're going to do that. I just want him to put it all out. Just put it out there. Just everything you want to say. And just let's put it on the record, and I'll put it out there. And then my plan is to share it with 100 people. One a day, as I've done with other things. It'll just be interesting to see what the results are of that. I will also say that for the first time, and this is exciting, as far as I know, the first time. So my last show it wasn't breaking any records, but one record that was broken is it had 3 views, but all 3 were 100% viewed. Wow. Thank you for that. So that's cool. Maybe that kind of indicates to me, maybe Leon being with me is a better show. And I'm cool with that. A lot of it can be a little challenging getting together, especially like, look, I'm recording 11:30 at night. That wouldn't work for his schedule, and I'm home. Getting together, especially like, look, I'm recording 11:30 at night. It's something I have to be thinking about as far as how can I, at least we talked about doing at least once a quarter. I think that's a minimum, I would say, and maybe possibly more. And so that's it. 100 times share that. And then after I'm done, unless something changes, I'm not hearing, but I'm going to share with Leon's testimony. I suspect as long as she's doing okay, good enough, she'll want to see it and respond. And then what are we going to do? Is she going to continue to have the discussion? Because it's hard for me if I'm in limbo. That doesn't, not my favorite place to be. So I'd rather just move on mentally. So if we can get a little more engagement, then I'll consider whatever she has to say. But if I don't, then what I'm going to do is, after I've shared Leon's video 100 times, I will post the My Reformation music video and share that 100 times. And then I'm done. And then I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm going to do the street work, the 4th of July on the street. I like that, man. That kind of got me excited. On the 4th of July, I'm going to be out there doing something somewhere, and it's going to be at least an hour. I don't know if I'll go longer, but I can do an hour. So that'll be nice. I guess I got to do that. Maybe I can't stream it with my phone. So I guess I could do it with my computer. I could record it with my phone and post it. I don't know. How would I do that? I think I'd want to record it and I'll just post it. That'd be kind of fun. Straight up hour. Hope this thing's recording okay. Next, Bellevue Ballers. Nothing to say, but I was talking to a fellow today with my wife, and he just said, ball. If I want a ball, I'll stay at this hotel in Singapore. I liked it. So that was fun. I never heard back on the merchandise, so no biggie. I'll get back to that. So today we had a luncheon at the church I've been checking out there in Renton, and heard yet another wonderful singing voice. Incredible. The girl's a senior in high school. I mean, it's all ladies so far, but then around my close proximity, I have some old school guys that are good, deep, robust male voices. Could sing an opera type. That Be Thou My Vision, if you know that song with the deep voice, sounds good. Waymaker, I heard him singing it, with the robust deep voice. It sounds very good. These are older fellas, but if I had to choose between, I might just have a lady, but that's a deep, we'll see what we can do. Maybe they could support the song, maybe something. I got to have that. So I still going to talk to Nathan, my potential future star, see how interested he is in singing and being good at it. But he's learning it, and he's my daughter's age. I said Nathan, so Natalie, Nathan. Okay. So we'll see what happens there. Songs come back to the rhymes. Nothing to report, just making progress. And then here's the merch, of course. I got excited seeing that, shirt, but then when I'm not hearing anything, I got to work. They're making me work harder. Darn it. They're not coming my way. It's just like getting my foot fixed with an orthopedic or a physical therapist. Am I going to do all the work, or are they going to come my way somewhat? So if they call me and help me schedule an appointment, that's better than me always having to, do stuff. All right. So Schoolhouse album sales, none to report. So the woman I talked to, I did find out she doesn't have a CD player. So there was no real sale attempt there, but like I said, I'm trying to find out people have a CD player before I try to sell the CD. That's kind of what I'm doing. But like I said, she followed me on SoundCloud, so it was just good conversation. I get so excited when I talk to someone who's a thinker. She says I don't want to just be spoon-fed music, and that's why she likes SoundCloud. I was like, yeah. I think it's just a general. I'm thinking maybe she thinks like that in any number of areas in her life, and that's an independent thinker, and that's my kind of person. All right, so, oh shoot, I forgot to look it up. Darn. Okay, I didn't do research on it, but it's so hard to find out the truth when you start talking about international conflicts across the world. But one thing, let's just take them at their word. So let's start with what I've heard in Canada. If this is indeed true, I haven't done a thorough research on it, that they're limiting speech in some way. Maybe if you quote the Bible and you're not. Anyway, the idea of limiting speech, and of course, their take on it is they don't want misinformation. So if they can prevent the dissemination of misinformation, how does that sound? Then they're doing a good thing. They being the powers that be. The other side of it is maybe you're standing in the way of people doing their own research, and you're doing the thinking for them, and then it's not really we're not free people at that point. Again, if there's punishment for speech, like punitive, go to jail. I'm hearing in Canada, I'm going to have a meeting on Tuesday. Hope to hear more, because a fellow I was talking to Dave was talking about. Don't get me started on Canada. Well, I do want to get him started on Canada. I want to hear what he has to say. So, so we have some people from the church I was at today from Ukraine, and in touch with people in Ukraine. They're saying, maybe I haven't heard anybody from Russia say it, but you can't describe the conflict with Ukraine as a war. If you do, you're in jail for 3 to 15 years. Okay. If that's true, obviously that would mean your speech is restricted. You're not free. Okay. Or you have to call it a special operation, which wasn't that what the Vietnam War started out as a special operation or a exploratory situation. So it's all semantics and when it comes to the virus we deal with, or we think we're dealing with, or whatever, we have to choose our words, or we could get, red flagged or something. So there's a reason why people might limit their own speech, but that's their choice, right? But it's that kind of threat. So anyway, I just was thinking about it. A lot of people say you can't have the First Amendment without the Second Amendment. You can't have the Second Amendment without, so you need them both. But you could just see how critical the First Amendment is, and if it's taken away, like you're thrown in jail for things you say, scary. We can't take it for granted, and we got to be fighting for it. Freedom isn't free, and we got to continue to, share the value of it and why we're so blessed to have it. And there are people who don't have it, and in a way, we're getting ours limited. It's not, we're not gaining in the area of free speech, the ability to speak freely. We're losing in that area. Maybe it's not like as extreme as going to jail for calling something a war when the government wants you to call it a special operation, but still, that's not what kind of country I want to live in. All right, I'll get back to the rhyme. So here's what we got. And I had an experience this week where I was feeling that about this, and I was a little distraught, I'll admit, because I was finding out my schedule was going to change yet again. I had to work every other Sunday. I had to put in more hours, and my mind wasn't right. But the guy basically accused me, and he's by all accounts brothers in Christ. But I was essentially accused of only wanting to meet with him to try to set up a business arrangement. And it was so open and shut, and at the time I was kind of like, well, I was really put back, on my heels, but it's like, I don't think like that. I think of kind of a holistic picture, but at the time I was like, I'm not just trying to socialize with people. I have a family to support and all that. And no, I don't want to just socialize with people just for the sake of socializing. So I would agree, or fellowshipping, let's say, because how many believers are in this world? I could fellowship indefinitely, never work 1 minute, so that's obviously, that'd be irresponsible. So I couldn't honestly say that wasn't the only reason, but I didn't like how I felt cornered and accused, so I'm just sharing it because it was hard. But that's kind of what the song's about, because here it is. And let's keep this in mind. I'm being accused of, being very concerned about my finances, which to a degree I am. And it's just, it got me that day when it was very clear I got to work more. And that's not exactly what I was hoping to realize, but as the writing's on the wall, that takes away from doing other stuff, music, Bellevue bars, etc. But it's like this. So after that, I could say this: I just have to finesse it, second guess it. The second that I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I just have to finesse it, second guess it. The second that I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I just have to finesse it, second guess it. The second that I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I just have to finesse it, second guess it. The second that I don't won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I contemplate, I wait, debate my next move. At the same time, I'll try and find a way to get a breakthrough, or will I be well received? Or is you a bit peeved that I'm in your midst and I don't seem to get the gist? So I can't say exactly why I was writing that, but it kind of fits. And I could say other things. Yeah, I just want to get off this. I might not spend much more time on this because there's such a bad taste in my mouth. You know, part of it maybe is just people pleasing, that people pleasing nature. Oh, the other thing I thought of is he wants to pray for me and everybody. Don't want to talk about business. Okay. I almost thought it was some kind of passive aggressive prayer. I hate to say it, but I was like, wow, what is that? So, I don't know. It shouldn't have gone down like that. That's all I got to say. I believe as a brother in Christ, give me opportunity, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I hope you give me the benefit of the doubt. If I came off in a certain way, give me the benefit of the doubt. It's no hard feelings. If I didn't say everything just perfect, if I didn't finesse it and I have to second guess it, okay, So that's the first verse. That I'm in your midst. I don't seem to get the gist. So okay, so let's try it. I contemplate, I wait, debate my next move. At the same time, I'll try and find a way to get a breakthrough. Or will I be well received, or is you a bit peeved that I'm in your midst? I don't seem to get the gist. And we figured out how to spell gist. Yeah, I was going back to those other music guys. Again, brothers in Christ. It kills me. It rips my heart out. I think what it is too is, I'm a little more I would just be a little more open, expecting someone to just be like, oh, it's kind of like you would expect as a brother in Christ that someone, I could just put it out there. Do I really have to be nuanced with you? I can't just put it out there. Wow. Anyway, just hard, very hard. I just that's what I have to, I don't seem to, that I'm in your midst. I don't seem to get the gist. I could just say, I just thought I could trust, I just thought I could trust that we have one accord. But I guess we wasn't. Just for the record. Just for the record. I just have to finesse it. Okay, so let's try it. I got a minute. I'll see how far I get. I'm not going to do the whole. Okay, so I contemplate, I wait, debate my next move. At the same time, I'll try to find a way to get a breakthrough. Will I be well received, or is you a bit peeved that I'm in your midst and I don't seem to get the gist? I just thought I could trust that we were of one accord, but I guess we wasn't. Just for the record, I just had to finesse it, second guess it. The second that I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I just have to finesse it. second guess it. The second that I don't, I just have to finesse it. Second guess it. The second that I don't, won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I guess I have to finesse it. Second guess it. The second that I don't, I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, I just have to finesse it. Second guess it. The second that I don't, I won't be able to expect don't. I won't be able to expect it to move much. As such, next time I will be back to the rhyme.